Finish him!
What's going on, guys? Love Smash, back with an all-new video for you guys today. In today's video, it is yet again another Mortal Kombat X topic video, and it's a question that a lot of fans have been asking. Where the hell are the new characters? So that's what we're going to be talking about today, doing a little speculating, a little discussion, and how new characters may or may not be influenced by the Mortal Kombat X comic book series. So we're going to be discussing that, and I just want to say a few things before we start, and the first thing is that it's been awesome seeing the returning characters come back. Don't get me wrong, like yesterday with Ermac's reveal, a few days ago with Reptiles, and a few weeks ago with Kitana and Kung Lao, as well as the rest of them. It's been great seeing the vets come back, sporting their new looks, showing off the new X-rays and fatalities. It's been awesome with these reveal trailers. But fans are still waiting on the new character reveal, and Ed Boon has stated a couple things regarding new characters. The first thing is that he's been saying a lot, is that this Mortal Kombat game is going to feature and introduce the most new characters of any previous Mortal Kombat game. And the most characters that were introduced was in Deadly Alliance, with 10 being playable, 11 in total, with Moloch being the sub-boss. And Ed Boon has also stated that this Mortal Kombat game is going to show interactions and feature a lot of relatives of famous Mortal Kombat characters, whether they be sons and daughters, aunts and uncles, cousins, nieces and nephews, but yet still no new characters have been shown off other than the 4 we got back in June. So that's what we're here to discuss today, how the comic book may influence some of the new characters being included in the game. And if you guys have not read the comic, there are going to be some spoilers in this video, so if you guys do not want to know, click off now. And if you guys have not checked out the Mortal Kombat X comic, I highly advise you do. It's a great read, a lot of interesting stuff going on right now. There are 4 issues out at this moment. The 5th one is coming out in 2 days on February 1st, so if you guys want to catch up, there are many YouTube channels you can go on and listen to the comic being read, or there are many videos up there where you can read the comic for yourself. But let's get to the topic at hand now, and let's talk about some of the characters that we've seen introduced in the Mortal Kombat X comic book series. And for this video, we're going to be talking about 4 characters that have been heavily featured in the MKX comic book, and a lot of returning characters have been shown off as well. I'm going to save that for a different time, but right now I just want to talk about those 4 characters. And I want to give you guys some quotes from Sean Kittleson, who was actually the one writing the MKX comic book. And in that comic, he said it's going to take place between MK9 and MKX. It's going to be like a prequel of what happens during that time. And we know MKX is going to take place 25 years in the future. So this is going to just take place and be like a prequel to MKX, showcasing some of the stuff between MK9 and MKX. And this is the most important quote from Kittleson, because he states, "The book comes out before the game. So if you see a character in the book, that's not a guarantee that they're going to show up in the game." So he's referring to the new characters as well as the returning characters that are shown up in the comic. But like I said, for this video, I just want to focus on those 4 characters that have been heavily featured as of this moment. Like I said, there are more issues to come out. We could see more characters introduced. Some characters may not last till the end of the comic. They could be killed. Some characters could live to the whole thing and be alive by the time MKX comes out. We're just going to have to wait and see. But I want to see what you guys think about these new characters and if they stand a chance of being included in MKX. So let's talk about our first character here with Takeda. Now, Takeda is actually the son of Kenshi, and Takeda's mother is killed by the Red Dragon Clan. Kenshi tries to escape and takes Takeda with him. Eventually, they meet the Red Dragon Clan. Scorpion shows up, ends up killing some of the Red Dragon Clan members, I won't say who, and Kenshi leaves to go avenge Takeda's mother's death, and he leaves him with Scorpion. Thereon, Scorpion takes Takeda back to the Shirai Ryu Temple, and he becomes Scorpion's apprentice, and Scorpion trains him. And as you see in the next issues of the comic, Takeda actually grows up a little bit and becomes a teenager. That's just a little information about Takeda, and I am going to talk more about him later in the video, but now I want to move on to the next character with Fox. And Fox is another member of the Shirai Ryu clan, and he's Takeda's sparring partner, and eventually he gets possessed by a demon and goes crazy, and he cuts his own face off, and he slaughters pretty much everyone in the Shirai Ryu clan except for Scorpion and Takeda. He eventually tries to kill both of them. Scorpion ends up lighting his face on fire, and Takeda takes the sword and cuts his face open and kills him. So that's all we really know about him. We don't know a lot, and we do not know if he's going to return. Like I said, his face was split open. Chances are he's dead, but of course, like we've seen dead characters return. He's possessed by a demon. I don't know if he will return, but of course, we'll have to leave that open to more issues of the comic. But now moving on to my favorite character that introduced, and that's Erron Black. And there's not a lot we know about this character. We only know that he sides with both Kotal and D'Vorah. I don't know if he's like Kotal bodyguard or his right-hand man. We only know very little. We saw him in about 2 or 3 shots of the comic, but he looks really badass, this character. I really hope he is going to be a playable character along with Takeda. I think these are 2 really cool characters. And this dude, he kind of reminds me of like Crocodile Dundee mixed with Clint Eastwood, mixed with a ninja. He's pretty badass looking, so I hope he does end up being playable. And now we move on to our final character with Jacqui. And we know a little bit about Jacqui. You could tell she's either going to be either Jax's daughter or Jax's niece. Now, you're probably wondering what makes me say that. Well, there's a shot from the comic where Cassie and her are fighting, and she says, "You didn't get Uncle Jax's robo-arms." Now, there's two ways you could look at this. You could look at Cassie saying, "You didn't get Uncle Jax's robot arms," meaning that Jacqui is Jax's niece, or there's the possibility of how, like, you know, when like your parents have really good friends and they're around you when you're a kid, and as you grow up they're always there, and you refer to them as your aunt and uncle even though you're not related. So maybe Cassie is referring to Uncle Jax as her uncle, meaning that Jacqui would be Jax's daughter. And as you know, Jax and Sonya are very tight, so it could be a situation like that. Yet again, no confirmation on which is which. Here you can just see a shot of Jacqui training with Jax, and in this screenshot right here, Cassie says that she is an Olympic kickboxer. That's very interesting. So those are just the 4 characters that I wanted to focus on, and there have been other characters shown off, but they're either nameless or faceless. We don't know anything about them, but they have been shown off in the comic. But just wanted to focus on those 4 characters right there. As you can see in this screenshot, this could maybe be a new character right there. It could just be Reptile. And then there's this Shokin character, which you can see Kano stabbing right there. So maybe we'll see these characters in future issues. Like I said, we're only on the 4th issue, and I just wanted to focus on these 4 characters for this video. So let me know in the comments what you think about these 4 characters. Which ones do you think will end up being included in MKX? Do you think they have any chance at all? Which ones would you like to see? Let me know in the comments. And personally, I'd like to see Erron Black and Takeda in the game. I mean, all 4 of these characters are awesome, and I think they all should be in the game, but personally I really want to see Takeda and Erron Black, especially him. I think he's awesome looking, so I really hope characters from the comic do end up being playable in MKX. But now I want to move on to this. And this actually popped up a couple weeks ago, and this is a supposed list of characters for the MKX digital, I'm guessing, comic book series, and it was like Screen Actors Guild official with casting directors for shooting, and a list lead roles for certain characters. So I thought it'd be interesting to hear what you guys think about all this and read the descriptions of the new characters that were mentioned in this supposed leak. And we're going to start off yet again talking about Takeda, and the supposed leak mentions a few interesting things about him. The first one being that he's in his mid-20s. Now, in the comic book where I left off talking earlier, he was about in his teens after that part ended. Also, that his name is Takahashi Takeda is his full name, that he is a world-class swordsman, and he is adept at telepathy and telekinesis. And finally, him and his dad, Kenshi, work in Johnny Cage's Special Forces unit. So it's very interesting. Like I said, we're going to have to wait till we get more comic book issues to feel if this is true or not, but very interesting stuff nonetheless. And I want to mention this, going back to one of Ed Boon's tweets. Remember, he tweeted that photo of the guys doing, like, the fatality, and everyone thought it was Kenshi? Is it possible this could be Takeda and maybe not Kenshi? I guess we're going to have to wait and see. Now we move on to another new character with a guy named Salazar. I'll give you guys a quick summary about this character, that not only is he a mercenary in the services of the Emperor, he was born on Earth but somehow found himself in Earthrealm, and he spent many years there wandering its vast territory selling his amazing weaponry skills to local warlords, and now he's employed by Emperor Kotal Kahn. So it kind of sounds like maybe this could be Erron Black. I don't know, maybe they like changed the name or something, or maybe this is just a new character that's not introduced yet. I don't know, but it kind of like fits that description. But like I said, maybe they could be separate characters, maybe they could have did a name change, I don't know. Guess we'll have to wait. But now moving on to the next character with Kung Jin. And Kung Jin is supposedly the younger cousin of Kung Lao, and it states when Kung Lao was killed in the war against Outworld, Kung's family's fortune took a turn for the worse. He journeyed to the US and became a thief, and when he had an encounter with Raiden, he changed his whole outlook and joined the Shaolin monks, and he's also a member of Johnny Cage's secret special forces offshoot. That's very interesting, maybe seeing another relative and Kung Lao's younger cousin. Guess we're gonna have to wait and see. And finally, the last character, Ron Tan Cho. I don't know if that's related somehow to Barai Cho, but he's an underground crime boss who takes what he wants, and Devora attempts to attack him, and she fails due to his goons apprehending her. So there you guys have it. Like I said, I'm going to do another video another time talking about the returning characters in the comic book, and let me know if you like this video, because I'll do it again in another few issues of the comic talking about the new characters. But just for the time being, like, what do you guys think of this supposed leak as well? Do you think this will turn out to be legitimate, and we could see these characters in the comic, possibly even on the MKX roster? Make sure to share your thoughts on that. And before I go, I wanted to give you guys my theories, just some stuff I've been thinking about of why we may not have gotten a new character reveal in such a long time. Now, one reason I can think of, and maybe it has to do something with the Mortal Kombat X comic book. Maybe they're just waiting for the right time to reveal a certain character. Maybe after a few issues have come out and fans have gotten familiar with a certain new character, they heard their backstory, they've seen their moves, and maybe that's the time Ed Boon and NetherRealm will come out and say, now it's the perfect opportunity since fans have gotten familiar and they know a lot about the character, maybe now it's a good time to reveal that character. Now, my second theory is that maybe we won't see any other newcomers, or maybe only get about 1 or 2 newcomers until the game actually comes out. Meaning that maybe they want to keep it under wraps and a surprise, meaning like when people actually play through MKX, maybe there'll be a crypt in there, maybe there'll be a way of unlocking certain characters, and that'll be the first time you get to see that new character once they're unlocked. For instance, like playing in Deadly Alliance, we had a certain mix of new characters and returning characters, and other characters had to be unlocked via the crypt. Then there was also in Deception, we started off with a certain amount of newcomers, a certain amount of returning characters, and other characters were unlocked by other means via the Conquest mode. So it could be a situation like that, I don't know, that's just another theory I was having, but I'm really hoping we get to see some other newcomers before the game comes out. I just want to see what NetherRealm is doing. Like I said in my previous video, watching interviews with Steve Berrien, he was talking about how when they made characters in older games, they kind of never took off and they like to toss to the wayside, but for MKX, they really are bringing out all the stuffs, and they think they got a lot of great characters in here that are very unique and that are going to withstand the test of time and be very popular with fans. So I'm very curious to see what the new characters could look like. So like I said, these are just some theories I was having. I don't know if they're going to turn out to be true, but I am very curious of why Ed Boon and NetherRealm have not put out a reveal trailer for a new character. Are they just trying to get like all the returning characters out of the way and they're just waiting, or they're just waiting for a right time to put out a new character? I don't know, just stuff I was thinking about. But I wanted to bring something up from yesterday's stream if you guys did not notice it. And a lot of fans have been speculating the roster size of how big it could be, and then we know we're getting DLC later on. Ed Boon has stated if your favorite character does not make it on the main roster, there's still the chance for DLC. And if you guys look at the top row, and there's on the right, there's a gray box that looks different from every other one. So I was wondering, you guys think that's a possibility, that maybe like a DLC box, or that's possibly maybe a box for like other characters that couldn't fit on there? And we know this isn't the final roster, there's still more characters to come. Ed Boon has stated the character select screen is not final, and even during the stream yesterday, the guy was saying everything you guys are seeing right now is still being developed and can change until the final game actually comes out. But it's very interesting nonetheless about that space right there, so let me know what you guys think in the comments about that. Do you think it's a space meant for DLC, meant for more characters? Do you think the character select screen is going to expand a couple more spaces? Let me know. But anyway, guys, that is the video for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Greatly appreciate it if you do. Be sure to share your thoughts. And like always, if you guys are fans of fighting games like Mortal Kombat, Super Smash Bros., Street Fighter, Pokken Tournament, and you guys want the latest news and speculation, make sure to subscribe for future videos. And I want to take this time to tell you guys, I actually made a Twitter yesterday. Finally, I decided to. I should have probably made one months ago. I just never did. And if you want to find me, look me up at Loves2Smash. That's Loves, the number 2, and Smash. If you ever want to talk anything fighting game related with me or just ask me a question, I'm also going to be posting up when I put a video out. Any breaking news, any big news, any small news, post up some funny photos as well. So if you want to do that, make sure to look me up on Twitter and follow me. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later with a brand new video.